So this is really easy. What do they look like? You're just going to give basically the physical description, and just keep in mind it. Um, Let me see. Well, I actually in the beginning I would probably I didn't give too much detail, so it's something that I had to learn over time to give more detail. And honestly, I don't think I still don't give a whole lot of detail. But I found it interesting. For example, I have a character named Tamaris, and with Tamaris, I didn't really describe him too much in the beginning in one of my first drafts of my book. And I had asked a friend who read my book, well, what do you think Tamaris looks like? And she actually described him the way that I saw him, despite that I didn't describe him very well in the book. So that was very interesting. I think if you can get, like, when you talk about how they move and how they operate, I think you kind of help the reader share what you're seeing, share your vision of how you see that character. So being very descriptive is very powerful, and um, how you show your characters how they move will also help to show the reader how they look without having to go into deep, long details, because you can kill it with giving too much details. There's a happy balance. So um, that is one technique. For example, I have in my first book, Endurance, there's a scene with one of the principal. He's speaking, and this principal happens to be he's a big guy, and now the reader doesn't I never go into I did not go into, like, his ethnicity or the color of his skin or anything like that. I just went into that he was this principal, and he was so angry, and as he spoke, his chin's jiggled, you know. And it was just to give the reader just like how that other character may be seeing the principal in that moment, and sometimes that will actually help give a whole image of that entire character. So he's not like a main character. He's not somebody that I would do a whole character profile setup for. He literally just has like a few scenes in the whole book, and it's only the first book. Like, you're never going to hear from this character again. So I don't want to go into depth about what this man looks like. Uh, One thing that can really kill anything is just over explaining a simple task, such as, walking to the car, like, if walking to the car is not there's if there's not something significant happening on the way to the car, you don't need to explain every blade of grass that they passed on the way to the car, or you know there's you gotta know how. And I guess that's going to be a later conversation when we talk about timing and pacing. But yeah, according to characters, this is a time when you could describe she had braids in her hair. um I like to compare complexions to um elements and things like that. So like her skin was bronze or cocoa or pearl or peach. Like, I just feel like it's so much more inviting. And it's not that I always do it. Now I do that more when I like the narrator is describing, but as when the characters are talking, of course, they're not, unless it's something like forbidden, they're not really going to talk like that. They're not going to say, "Oh, I ran into this chocolate colored man." It just sounds weird. Or or this bronze colored man. Like, it just sounds weird. So, but yeah, that's it. So you're just gonna describe your character, and this is where you could put anything that would be significant, like she had a beauty mark under her eye, or something that would be revealed later on in the story or something, something of significance. So like eyes, like May's green eyes or Max's. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. May has green eyes. Max has gray eyes. Actually a significance to it. Max's gray eyes are coming down through his lineage. There's a reason why he has these gray eyes. So and May gets her eyes from her father. So and it makes her. It just made her physical description very unique because she's a Blasian girl and she had green eyes, or she has green eyes, and I just thought that it made the character seem more interesting, like, kind of piqued the reader's interest of imagining what she would look like. And, I thought that would just be fun.